I'm going to read the question really carefully this time, and hopefully I don't repeat the same types of mistakes that I made in the last couple of questions. So number 22, suppose that x and y are real numbers that satisfy the two equations. So they're real numbers, which means they can be negative infinity to infinity, decimals, anything like that. And they can satisfy the two equations that are, x squared plus 3xy plus y squared equals 909, and then 3x squared plus xy plus 3y squared is 1287. Okay. So since we have two equations and two unknowns, that means that there should be a solution for what these numbers are. And the question asks, what is a possible value for x plus y? Okay, so there does appear to be some solutions for this. Maybe there are two solutions, maybe there are one solution, but all we have to do is find both of them and then see if any of these options are in there. So let's see how we could go about solving these equations. Okay, so one thing that I notice is that so if this is equation number 1, this is equation number 2, what if I just doubled or tripled the first equation and then subtracted the second one from it? So 3 times equation 1, we're going to minus equation 2 from it. So we're going to do 3 times equation 1, subtract equation 2. So what that looks like is going to be 3x squared plus 9xy plus 3y squared. And I'm doing this to hopefully be able to eliminate some of the terms. 3 times 9 is 27, right? And we're going to subtract the second equation from there. So we're going to subtract 3x squared plus xy plus 3y squared. We're going to be subtracting 1287 from there. We're going to be subtracting this whole thing. And when we do that, this cancels out, this cancels out. So we end up with 8xy is equal to, what's this number? 2727 minus 1287. I'm going to use my calculator for that. 2727 minus 1287 is 1440. Okay. And 1440, let's divide by 8 while we're at it. So then xy, what's this? Whoops. I'm not familiar with whatever this is. This must be a OneNote feature. Okay, anyway, that's going to equal to 180, which means that this is, so now we have kind of a relationship for x and y. Maybe we can plug it in and then solve for one of those numbers. So 180, so maybe we can plug this into the first equation. So what we have here is, let's replace y with x. So we have x, whoops, I keep doing this. So we have, whoops, trying to go to the pen mode, there we go. 100, so we have y equals 180 divided by x, right? So then if we were to look at the first equation, we could plug this into the first equation using substitution, and that's going to give us x squared. So the first equation, it becomes x squared plus 3x, and y turns into this, so it's just 3 times x times 180 divided by x, and the x's cancel out, so x's cancel out, so it's just 3 times 180, yes, and then plus y squared. Y squared is just 180 over x all squared equals 909. So what do we have here? We have x squared plus 3 times 180 is going to be 540 plus 180 squared on my calculator, which is 32400 over x squared, and 909 on the right hand side. And now we could multiply everything by x squared. So then this is, I gotta get used to not pressing Z by itself. We have x to the 4 plus 540 x squared. So I'm just multiplying everything by x squared at this point, plus 32400 equals 909 x squared. So now we could bring 909 to the other side. So on my calculator, I'm doing 540 minus 909, which is negative 369. So negative 369 x squared plus 32400. And we can try to factor this. What can we do to factor it? Let's see. Okay, 369. Seems hard to factor. Okay, before we try to factor, I just want to try one thing, because I feel like since we already have this one, the relationship between x and y, is it possible to figure out, to just try some of these values to figure out if one of them fits? Or is that just too difficult? Yeah, that might seem like it's pretty hard. I'm just trying to see if there's a trick that we can do here. Because factoring this is possible. Like we can substitute, u equals x squared. Then you just have u squared minus 369 u plus 324 equals 0. And then what numbers multiplied this also add to that? That's less easy, but we could always do the hard method of negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac, the quadratic formula, divided by a squared, or 2a, equals u, or yeah. And that would be 369 plus or minus, let's see, so 369 squared minus 4 times 32400, which is going to give us 6561 divided by just 2, and the square root of that is 81, so 369 plus or minus 81 divided by 2, 369 plus 81 is your first answer is 225. And the other answer is 144. So if those are the answers for u, then the answer for x, because remember we set this to u to be x squared, so x must be the square root of these guys, which is 25 and 12. So if that's x, then what's our y based on this equation? Y is just 180 divided by x. So keep in mind that y is just 180 divided by x. Then y must be 180 divided by 25, which is 7.2. 180 divided by 12, which is 15. So I feel like it would be these because I don't see any decimals in any of the answers, right? So if we were to take 12 and 15, the sum of 12 plus 15 is 27. Is that one of the answers? Yep, that's letter A. So let's see if so now I'm getting into the habit of checking my answers in the solutions page because I know I could be wrong. Is it 27? Ooh, so it could be 27 or it could be negative 27 because, I see. So yeah, it is A, but it actually, there is something wrong in what I did in assuming that we just square root it when we set u to x squared, because to get, you can't just take the square root, right? We have to take the square root with a plus or minus sign. So yeah, these could be negative 25 and negative 12, and that could be negative 72 and negative 15. But yeah, so that's the answer.